Was that FL?
Yes.
Yeah, you know I know that counted.
He said, "I know that counted."
Yeah, it's pretty. So we're just you don't have to sit here the whole time. We just kind of keep it. All right. I know you ain't eating the rest of my popcorn.
I ain't eating the rest of your popcorn.
Good, because I don't have any. Lick it. You know what?
Yeah, stop drinking this.
I'm not gonna come over here to record it anymore.
Good, because you picked out a lot.
Oh,
okay, that's fine. I got you.
I don't know why that's an old moment. He's been picked out like 3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be Army game all over.
don't throw us up in this motherfucker.
Alright. You ready?
What the fuck do we work?
What should I have in the background? I feel like it's just weird. If
This
we just
recording,
do
though,
this.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
fun. That's nice.
Then we can go to whatever post you want, etc.
If I bring him up, yeah, let's go. Memory right
Wait, no.
Like halfway through
Okay, we got? We good? Alright, but y'all, you have to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I'll talk to you guys.
No, don't do it. Ugly ass
Need to
nigga.
get in there.
No, it's just gonna. That's gonna be him, and this is gonna be also him. Oh, wonderful. No coverage of you guys. And
We're too ugly. Alright. We live.
well,
Is it recording on the thing? Jesus, man. I'm all over.
I think that gain.
Hello?
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, I can see y'all's pictures.
Alright.
Levels.
Is it recording? Alright. We're live
Got McDonald's on deck.
with
Some
LoudPac
whiskey.
and Lost
Yep,
Cruces.
whiskey. Got
So-
some beers. I'm not gonna drink that.
Have you ever had this?
I've never had this. I've just so I just turned 21 and like
Same.
I'm fucking experimenting with everything, and I haven't like found it yet. Also, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
fuck
I mean,
yeah.
this, yeah.
I mean,
right?
fuck no.
Because I'm okay with this getting monetized.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You'll have to
No, you're
insert a bleep.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
be
awesome.
fine.
This is weird for me. I need
Fuck.
to. I need an
That's
ear
fine.
out.
Yeah. The level's good? Okay,
Alright.
cool. I
Big
trust
bag.
you. So, we're here with some liquor and found Lost Cruces.
That was the best intro I could have ever hoped for.
Alright. So we got some questions for you.
I'm so excited. My name's David, by the way.
His name's David.
Hi,
I'm
David.
really bad at this. This is our first interview, and this is going well so far.
And I'm an alcoholic.
We were doing great before the camera started.
Oh.
Just go in order, man.
What gender do you identify with?
I prefer not to answer.
Your questions are trash.
My questions are trash.
Was that really a question?
No.
No.
Oh, beautiful.
So, Lost Cruces? Where did that name come from?
Okay. So I'm gonna give you the serious answer for the sake of the podcast. But one day, it's actually all gonna go to my girlfriend. That's Christina, by the way.
Were you driving around Cruces without a map?
I was. That's exactly what happened.
Oh
No,
my God.
I was actually just I was like chilling on my bed or something, and I forgot what it was. But the punchline of the joke that she said was like Lost Cruces or whatever, and then she like left for work, and I was like, and I just kind of sat on my bed, and I was like, "Yo, is that available?" and I just had like so many ideas all at once, and I was like, you know what, dude, that's actually pretty cool. I wonder if it's available on Instagram. And the at was open for some reason. I don't know why.
Shit.
Yeah,
It
like,
is Lost Cruces.
just Lost Cruces.
That's
It wasn't
pretty
available
great.
on Twitter.
I think it's
Unfortunately.
kind of that's crazy that you got that so perfectly too.
Yeah, I think so too, and I'm thankful for it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like I would have been okay with being Lost Cruces Co, but I think it just looks harder that it's
Yeah.
So,
Lost Cruces.
are you on what platforms are you on so far?
I'm technically on 4. I say I'm, but it's there's like 4 of us. It's me, Cassidy, Sid, and my girlfriend Christina.
Okay.
But we're on 4 technically. Instagram is probably our biggest in number. Twitter is our biggest in terms of like interaction, like going back and forth with everybody, and stuff like that. We have a Facebook technically. Do we use it? No.
It's 2019.
I
I
know.
hope you have a MySpace because that's the
Yeah.
thing I'm on.
The MySpace was the first thing. we
Yeah,
were
if you
on,
didn't
dude.
know, we're gonna raise up on MySpace. Yeah.
That's what this is getting posted
Fuck
to.
SoundCloud. You never hear it. That's why it's on MySpace.
And then YouTube. We've technically been through 2 different channels because I had some issues with because we're under G Suite with the Lost Cruces business email, and so we can't like edit the picture on YouTube, and I couldn't have that. So there's like a separate email.
Yeah, I
for
tried looking for you guys on YouTube and I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, it's rough because if you look it up, like the first thing that comes up is the escape room.
Yeah. That's like all that came up for me, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Yeah. I mean, we're
But-
new. They've been around for a lot longer.
For a
And
second, I was like, is that them? Do they have
I
a
wish.
separate escape room thing?
That'd be sick, wouldn't it?
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Is that actually
Oh,
in Cruces?
Let me write that.
I
What's
believe
the
so.
name of the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
It's just Lost Cruces.
Okay.
If you look up,
Is it capital L?
yeah. Well, the reason nothing
What
came
about
up is
capital
because
O?
yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's just Lost Cruces, however you spell it.
Okay.
I think maybe the reason nothing showed up for the first time is because we just released our first video technically yesterday, which is the documentary about Crux.
Yeah,
Fest.
yeah. And that one was such a good video too.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's such a cool
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Sleep like all of us.
video. Yeah. That
Mostly
was
high on meth. That's
such a
probably why.
such a cool
I
video.
mean, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah, man. It's so. What is it? That was a Monday night.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? And then stay up all night. Yeah, super cool video.
Thanks, dude. I
Yeah.
appreciate
What the
that.
fuck do you guys do with Crux FM?
That was just kind of the first. So that's once again another long answer, but like we started Lost Cruces initially because I don't know if you guys knew, but like there was a whole like year prior to like where we actually technically started, and then we kind of like fell off.
Yeah.
But
That explains the November.
The November.
yeah.
March.
To now, it was supposed to. The movie was supposed to come out like in November, but
Oh, okay.
it just didn't. Like there was so many different. There's so many different like factors that went into it not being able to get released at that time, but the whole point of Lost Cruces was like to eventually end up being like a platform for local creators and artists and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it just so happened that the week that we launched, like the day after, like Crux FM was doing this like Crux Fest thing. So I like DM'd him and I was like, hey guys, like
Oh, shit.
what can I
Do to be a part of it.
yeah, I was like, am I allowed to cover this? Like, will I have, you know what I mean, coverage and all that stuff?
Because it's a radio station.
It is a radio
Yeah,
station.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
super much.
MSU's radio station?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's a bunch of good people over there. But the real reason that not the real reason, but one of the main reasons why I chose to go in the first place is because one of my good friends, Dylan Swindle, D Swin.
Oh, D-Swin, that's
yeah.
my homie. I've known him for
Yeah,
years.
you know, he's a good boy.
Oh, yes.
But
Good guy.
he was performing on night 2. So I was like, oh, I gotta go support him, you know what I mean? And that was the initial thought. And then I was like, you know what, this could be a good, like,
Thing to cover and all.
yeah. And so I was like, there's a lot of things that happen in Lost Cruces that no one knows about, either because of, like, not to say that Crux FM has poor marketing,
Yeah.
but, like, either because of poor marketing or just, like, people not,
Looking for
you know? Yeah.
something,
'cause
yeah.
the biggest thing that I got out here is people saying, like, oh, there's nothing to do out here. Like, that's why everybody,
Oh,
like,
yeah. I think
drinks
that's
and does all that
ludicrous.
stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think wherever you go, you cannot do something. You could go to California and be bored.
Yeah.
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 I think people like
You
think-
can. You can. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Except Oakland. There you go.
Dude, Oakland's tight.
Yeah.
I
But
used to live up there.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so did he. That's what
Nice.
He's
Yeah,
throwing,
dude.
throwing up.
When did you move here?
I moved here, like, at the beginning of junior year.
Oh, so you weren't
Yeah.
even here that long in high school.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coming here all my life. Like, my grandparents live out here, and so, like, I'd visit every summer and stuff like that. So I'm not, like, new to the area or whatever. But, like, I moved here, like,
That's sweet. You
in
like it?
2014. I didn't at first.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Especially
Not, like,
from Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's
yeah, like, not because... It was more the area, you know what I mean? Like, it was a culture shock, not because of anything in particular that the area had.
It's probably hella fucking different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, it's way different. Like, especially, like, I lived out by the 70.
Bunch
And-
of black people to a bunch of Mexicans.
Yeah.
There's a culture. Well, there's a bunch of Mexicans in California.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I
But
forgot Oakland is in California.
I was surprised with the amount of just, like, only white people there is out here.
Only white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a. Well, this is a retiree town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of military vets and stuff that just
Yeah.
for some reason come to Lost Cruces and
Yeah.
retire.
I know, it's kind of strange, but, like I said, like, it's I mean, it's nice out here. It's beautiful out here. I
Yeah.
really genuinely love it. Like, I've got a whole thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
You don't agree?
No. Yeah, he's from Houston. He hates it out here.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's different.
he is swamp.
But
I'll
I'll say this.
Yeah,
like,
dude, for sure.
My grandma said one of the smartest things ever. Boring people get bored.
Yes.
You can go anywhere and still have fun.
Uh-huh.
Bear Grylls drops himself in the middle randomly in the wilderness,
Yeah.
and he has the time of his life.
Uh-huh. He wakes up, he's like, I want to get bit by a snake today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so
Get
did,
$100,000 to get bit by a snake.
That's
you
true.
probably Get bit by a snake.
I don't know about 100,000, but
depends on the snake.
Yeah, what kind of
If it's a
snake?
garden snake, I do it. But
that's true.
Snakes don't-
Black mamba.
hit him with that next one.
So,
I'll ask this one.
so your girlfriend that
Mhm.
came up with Lost Cruces.
Yeah.
She replaced the Lost with Lost.
I mean, it's just, like, phonetically kind of sounds the same.
I get confused easily. Have you done DMT?
What was that?
Have you done DMT?
I have not. I had a friend that really, really wanted me to in high school, though. Yeah. Did you guys know Chris Chavez when you went to Oñate?
No. Have you done 5-MeO dimethyltryptamine?
No. I watched the video on that, though.
Hey.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So in your website, it looks like you guys kind of are oriented about kind of the idea of being different.
I thought, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I sincerely thought, like, your guys' website, it's pretty garbage. That's where I felt it going, and I was
Well,
like,
that's what I was gonna
you-
say, but then he cut me off.
Okay,
Kind
cool.
of a nice guy. Sometimes. This is the only time. Explain.
Okay. What was the question?
Yeah, there wasn't a question. What is being different, and why do you think it's important?
Fucking question.
What is the question?
So you guys, how different? Different. Why do we have to be different?
I don't think you have to be different. I think it's more of like a, if you are, that's perfectly fine. And that's not necessarily the message that I'm trying to get across. It's like, it's not being different. It's being like who you are and like being true to that. You know what I mean? And being consistent with it, even if you don't know who that is, like that's perfectly fine. I think that's, you know, that's part of being a human being, especially like at such a young age. Like no one knows what the fuck they want to be. Like I'll be someone different tomorrow. You know what I mean? So,
That's true.
but as long as I stay true to that, like that's all that really matters. Does that go hard?
The McMuffins?
Yeah.
You've never had a McMuffin?
I've never had a McMuffin
You
before.
want to make
Bro,
Bro.
what?
I'm so
You
serious.
could have mine.
Through the wrapper.
Bro.
What?
You could have mine.
Bro.
That was some real shock about not having McDonald's before.
Throw
I mean,
this-
I've had McDonald's before, but not.
Throw this man in the throw the thing in the microwave for him. It's
Nah, they're pretty. They're real fine.
Room temperature goes pretty hard. I'll be honest with you.
Room temp. I've never heard that about
It's not
anything.
sushi or fish.
Room
Yeah.
temperature goes pretty hard.
Mhm.
That's a new one. I must
You ever
have
had room temperature water?
someone tweet that? Yeah, but it's not as better. It's not better than cold water.
I disagree. I think it's better.
Have you ever had boiling water?
I've definitely had boiling water. Dude, I've had irreparable damage done to my tongue because like my parents used to like make me soup when I was little, and I just eat it as hot as I possibly could.
That's like,
Yeah.
that's insane. Like that's
I
like,
know, that's a crazy
that's like
person thing.
squeezing the blade of a knife. Like
Yeah,
you're just
seriously.
like doing it to yourself. For
I didn't
the
know
fun
any
of
better, and they didn't teach me.
it. Your pain didn't teach you.
You know what? I mean, I don't. That's a fair
The hard
point.
way.
I guess I do have to take some credibility for credibility.
I was like one time my dad, like he gave me it was this Chick-fil-A cup, and he's like, "Hey, tell me what you think of this," and it was just straight whiskey.
Oh, you want to hear one of my favorite stories? We might have to edit this out, but maybe not.
I'm
So,
excited.
after band practice, right? My mom picks me up, and she's driving, and it's been a long day. I'm dehydrated, and there's a bottle of water, so I grab it. And I drink it. Straight vodka.
Oh,
Straight
no,
vodka.
dude.
With my mom, like she was obviously drinking it before I came.
Oh, no.
She put it into a bottle to drink while she went. Oh my god. I spit it out so, like I've never had liquor in a.
I get you. Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
just-
Definitely don't drink and drive.
It's
But
okay.
Crazy. Oh yeah, never drink and drive.
Okay to drink around your kids. Not okay to drink and drive.
that's
guys.
true. I'm actually, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cool with
very-
that. Like, I think
yeah.
it's fine.
'Cause I've
if
been
you
very
drink.
drunk.
My mom used to drop me off to school drunk all the damn time.
Oh shit.
Are you bragging? What was
I was just saying, like, talking about alcohol and drinking. That's my mom.
My mom gave me.
That's my mom.
My mom drove the taxi drunk on the way to the hospital.
She wasn't even driving. She was kicking the shit out the steering wheel.
You said, stop it, bitch. Oh my gosh.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
I honestly
What
don't
it
know,
meant to,
but
what it meant to be different?
if you had some advice for a regular lame dude
Like
that's
Matt.
Okay. I was picturing that. I feel like I hurt his
trying
feelings.
to be different,
Okay.
what kind of advice would you give him?
I mean, you can't try to be different. Like, that's...
No, but like,
Well,
well,
then how about this?
I know,
if,
and like,
if somebody in a way kind of got the same vision, kind of like you got within either clothing or artist work, you know, what wise words kind of would you give them, basically?
yeah.
So-
Yeah, great question.
In terms of, like,
Someone-
differentiating between
Yeah,
those
you
two?
know, if you're doing your whole look, like if you do clothing, if
Yeah.
you skateboard, you know what's your, how can I say,
What puts you aside from the
Yeah.
competition?
I think that's actually... Okay, so there's a good example for that. Organ Mountain has a branch called Desert Life that was coming out and being, like, conceptualized right around the time that Lost Cruces was, like, happening. And I had kind of, like in contact with me and very supportive of, like, Lost Cruces as a whole thing, which is really awesome. But I was kind of, like, telling him about it, and then he started telling me about, like, Desert Life and how he has, like, all these tattoo artists coming in to, like, do these designs for this, like, clothing company that's going to come out eventually. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, Organ Mountain was a competition, but Desert Life might be a competition. You know what I mean? But I think that the difference is that we're very, like, vocal about, you know what I mean? Like, our personalities and, like, what's true to us and, like, social issues and stuff like that. And whereas, not to say that they don't stand for things like that, but, like, they're more of, like, you know, the lifestyle and the aesthetic. And, like, as much as we're a part of the lifestyle as well, like, it's more about living your lifestyle, not, like,
Not
This-
conforming.
yeah.
Conforming.
Yeah, exactly,
That's a big
yeah,
word
yeah.
that y'all use. That was good. That's very interesting. I like that idea.
yeah. So I think as long as you, like, that's what the whole thing is. Like, if you really believe in your idea and you put as much of yourself as you can into it, then, like, that's gonna come through. That's gonna translate.
Oh, that's sweet. That's really.
I do feel like a lot of people just kind of like conform to like the everyday.
Yeah. Like people try to make the brand what people are buying instead of making
Yeah.
something that's so unique and you,
Oh, yeah.
and which I think would do way better than something like conforming to like a making a shirt that's kind of like Hollister. Or something,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a bad example, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, also like kind of like I mean, scroll through like your Instagram feed or the Snapchat feed. I mean, it's kind of like
Super.
It's like
I'm not like. It's so unique. Like that's the best word to describe it. Like
Thanks, man. I
especially like
appreciate
even
that.
the models in the background. It's so like.
who designed them? Who designed the t-shirts?
The t-shirts, all of them were done by myself except for one of them that doesn't have a
Oh, really?
picture on here. But it's
Okay, well, I'll go
if
to
you
the-
can you go to the website real quick?
Yes.
All of which is actually like
I hate the color combination you used.
that's fine. That's okay. Well, there's also different like colors and stuff like that available. Yeah, I tried to make that note. Scroll up real quick.
Does it come in penis
All the
pink?
things. It does come in penis pink.
That's a color.
But
For real.
but no, there's
I wouldn't brag about that color.
Go down?
scroll down.
Be like,
Yeah.
I got that. Pink.
Yo, what shade of pink is
That one right there. We're all a little lost.
my dude.
Okay, yeah.
That one was designed by my girlfriend, who's actually a very talented designer. But
Yeah, that one's sweet. That one's
That was
probably
my
my favorite.
yeah,
Either that one or the rose one, because I
Thank
like the
you.
way the rose is drawn.
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
'Cause
that.
is it an eye in the center?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah.
I
See,
have a
that's
friend.
wicked.
Wait,
That's
pull it
wicked.
up.
I have a friend that wants to model for it, and she said she liked it because it looks like a vagina.
Oh my!
So-
You see?
You know,
Would she like it if it looked like a?
no one's
penis?
ever gonna unsee it.
Wait.
Oh, go to Seymour.
He's-
Oh, okay, my bad.
When did you guys release the spring collection?
April 1st.
Damn, y'all supposed to
When the
be
fuck is
badass.
April?
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Dude.
When the
Yeah,
fuck
February,
was?
March, April. Oh, it's April today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, this month.
Tomorrow is April.
Wow.
It does look like a vagina, but I hope she doesn't have an eye coming out of
What
her
kind of
vagina.
vaginas y'all seeing, bro?
Ones with eyes coming out of them.
I mean-
Pussy sees everything.
Ah!
Yes, dude. But yeah, like all of these kind of oh, that's something I forgot that I updated that. There was a lot of people that were mad about that used to have an upside down cross in the corner.
Oh,
People
really?
were so heated about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's
I
why,
know.
like, why?
What kind of?
That kind of sucks.
Ooh.
I mean, it's cool. Like
No,
there
yeah,
was just
yeah. It
people
doesn't
were,
make a massive difference.
it wasn't
My ass.
it wasn't that many people, but just like
but enough to make
It
you
was-
think.
even if it's one person, like if it's enough to offend somebody, like that's not our goal. Like it's not like me putting an upside down cross on a shirt is me expressing myself. Like that's, I'm not like a Satanist or whatever. Like,
But that should be art in general.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But also like
I agree, you know, but
yeah, like it shouldn't be a religious thing. The upside cross doesn't just mean
Do you
Satan.
believe
Yeah.
in God?
yeah, sure. I believe in a higher power. I don't not believe in God. I do believe in something above us though.
He knows.
Ah,
He knows.
He woke.
He knows. He knows. All right.
But yeah, no, and it's not even so much like the symbolism of the crosses wasn't religious. I mean, it's Lost Cruces. It's the crossroads. You know what I mean? Like,
3 crosses.
Cruces.
Yeah.
The
3 crosses.
yeah, exactly. It's not because of like any specific, you know,
All right.
religious thing. I mean, but I know that people take it that way, and that's like,
Yeah.
that's not what I'm trying to go against. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. I have a question for you. Did you
Go for
hear
it.
about the Indian kid who died from eating pig shit?
No.
Yeah, he got worms in his brain and they made a bunch of cysts,
Ooh,
and his brain basically imploded.
dude, that gives me anxiety.
Yeah, I know, and I eat pig shit all the time, so I'm like super concerned now. Like I don't.
I eat pigs all the time.
You big shit all the time, or
That's what I said.
all right?
I've watched him. There's pigs in my backyard.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there actually?
yeah. He supplies
cap.
food. There's,
love to see them.
there's not a pig in this.
They're currently.
It's just Cam.
They're currently being cooked.
They're currently being. There's slaughterhouses in the back.
Yeah, their poop is being prepared on a dish for cooking right now.
Uh-huh.
You know, we thought about doing this interview in the kitchen.
I like this.
Yeah, but
This
then
is nice.
we were scared Matt would have us an attack and start hitting people with pants.
I really like my kitchen idea.
We can do the next one in the kitchen.
No.
Yes.
All
I'll
right.
quit.
We're gonna have each interview. We're gonna have in a different room of the house.
Oh my god.
Eventually, we're
Then
gonna.
the next one has to be in the bathroom. That's the only way.
No. The middle of the road with air horns.
Bet. Yeah, I was about to
Okay.
do the same thing. I forgot to
Um,
put on the.
Should I do loudest pack or?
Yeah.
Both
the
together, okay.
page or I don't. Is that the app?
You loudest pack.
Yeah.
Because we
Yep,
love
there she is.
Si, senor.
Loud pack.
Gang, 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 gang.
If
Y'all are
LoudPac
ready.
was a brand of cigarettes, would you smoke them?
No, if it was weed.
Sure, yeah. If they were pre-rolls, I'd smoke them, but not like cigarettes. you
No,
know?
but like if it was like Matt as a
That's-
cigarette,
That's sick of weed.
like
Light me on fire, bro.
like what's that movie where the weed plant rolls him into a blunt?
That scary movie too.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it
scary
really?
movie.
That's
You
funny,
haven't
dude.
seen that?
No, I haven't.
He
The
said,
guy-
"I didn't do it by myself. Bobby and Whitney helped me."
Yeah, he has an afro and he rolls him in the sheets, and then the tree holds him up and smokes him, and then his hair's on fire. And he's like, "What the fuck? Hit that shit!" Great movie.
Dude, that's great. These vinyls are awesome, by the way.
Oh yeah, this one is horrifying.
It is a little scary. If I was like sleeping on the couch at night, that'd trip me out.
Imagine
It
being
ain't
on
even there no
drugs.
more.
I know, yeah. It's just the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one of them, like, do you reckon? Do you know? Oh, obviously, you know Kanye. But do you
Yeah, I
know?
was gonna say, like, honestly, I recognize that one a little bit with the cross,
You should.
the plus sign. Sorry.
This one is honestly one of my favorite ones. This is would you call them a jazz band?
Oh, Parkway Drive, huh?
Modern.
Oh yeah, Parkway Drive.
You know Parkway Drive?
Yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Dude, I
Parkway
grew
Drive's
up on like
wicked.
in the hardcore scene in California. Like
Sick.
that's what the designs are kind of inspired by too. Like I
Oh,
like that
wow.
pop punk kind of style, like
Oh,
the story
that's-
so far merch and all that.
That's sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got like a tattoo. I got like kind of some hip hop,
Mhm.
rap type shit. I think that's Ed Sheeran. Who the fuck is that? I can't remember.
This one?
Is that Pusha T?
That one.
This is not Pusha T.
That's
I
a,
thought you were being serious. Sometimes like,
that's a
you know,
plus
I
sign.
know.
it's a cross. Take it down.
Oh yeah, dude, that's sideways. That's fucked up.
I think that's kind of like indie rock. I'm not sure. Then we
But-
got some jazz.
Yeah. Do you know what's
Bad,
the?
not good.
Yeah, they're a crazy jazz band. They've done covers with like Tyler the Creator and Denzel Curry, and they do such
shit.
crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Dude, I love Denzel Curry.
Oh yeah.
And then I got some weird abstract shit. That's some weird music.
Yeah, that's
And I got
wild,
some
dude.
heavy metal.
That sounds awesome.
Quite the variety.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so the Hessler effect.
The Hessler effect. Ooh.
First of all-
I wanted to talk about this the whole time.
Yes.
What the fuck does Hessler mean? Because I know what Kessler is. I don't really know what Kessler is, but I know
Kessler's
it's a
Kessler
Hessler.
is actually
Oh.
a brand of like video equipment that I kind of grew up like wanting, and like
Is that what it's from?
kind of. I think more or less, like maybe subliminally, but like there's like a. Did you guys ever watch like Film Riot and stuff like that? Okay.
I heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
No, it's all right. But they're like this this channel that teaches you how to make like DIY movies. You know what I mean, like indie filmmaking on a budget. Okay. And like back in the day, they advertised this thing called the Kessler crane, which is like how you get these crazy like sweeping, like smooth sweeping shots and like just like really smooth motion. And that's what I was like all about. Okay. And so Hessler is actually the last name of the main character, who is Abby Hessler. Do you want me to run through the thing? Because I feel like a lot of people aren't like up to date with the story.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna get. I'm gonna sound like an insane person.
Oh no, we're yeah.
So this story was developed when I used to work at Whataburger. I used to work 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night. And like when I'd get out of work, dude, I'd be like loopy. You know what I mean? Like I would just like have all these crazy ideas that I want to like put down on paper. And then around I think February of 2018, the Cloverfield paradox was released. Ooh, that's right on the questions.
Yeah, I saw the
So the whole thing about Cloverfield is that there's been this behind the scenes like alternate reality game. You're bad at porn shots.
I know.
Alternate reality game going on in the background. So like there will be like a website that like has a clue to this, and then you go to this, and then there's that, and now you find out when the trailer's gonna get released.
Super cool. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of in love with that, and I was like really inspired off of that because it had been like that day that it came out. It was like Super Bowl Sunday, I think, and or the Monday after, because I would have worked graveyard. But what's it called? I just liked the amount of work that was kind of put into it. And so I was like, I want to create a story kind of around this Lost Cruces thing that like involves the community, like gets interactive with people. And so I came up with this story, if you want to start from, I think this is actually a great place to start. At the very, scroll down all the way.
Very first one?
Yeah. So, okay, not that one. That's a different thing. So this right here, that coded message says October 15th because that's when the relaunch was supposed to be. So that's what the whole thing was kind of centered around. Okay. And
what gave you the idea to do binary? That was really genius. I honestly thought
it's kind of stolen from like Cloverfield a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I really like their ARG
No, but
stuff.
still super cool.
Yeah. So like all that code was kind of from like, you know, that whole like setup. And so all these were just kind of cryptic. You don't have to go through all of them, but they were just giving you kind of hints to where it's going. So I'll just kind of give you the whole story. I want to talk about all of this in a second too, where all the red circles are.
Yeah, those were some of my favorite things.
Were they?
Like, yeah, because I never actually went there, but I wanted to so bad. But I was always like, I'd see them an hour later. I was like, someone probably fucking.
Yeah, no, they did. You're supposed to take them and leave them. It's okay, we'll get there.
I was like you know, like those pictures where like I don't know if it's clickbait or something.
Yeah, it does kind of look like that, right?
Yeah,
like it's gonna be a jump scare.
I was like, no.
Yeah. Anyway,
microwave.
Yeah.
Real
footage of.
Is that a microwave?
Yeah,
that's a microwave.
It is a microwave. That's
in
at
Young's Park,
Apodaca
Park. Yeah.
And so there was this.
That's where my microwave went.
The story as it goes is there's this professor at NMSU. If you can you go to the Twitter real quick so I can pull that up?
Yes.
There's this professor at NMSU. His name is Maxwell Hessler. Not really. He doesn't actually exist, obviously.
Okay.
Well, technically he does in the story, but
following.
He essentially he's a microbiologist, and I got that because my girlfriend's mother is a microbiologist at the university. Okay. And so he teaches this class or whatever. He has these like loyal students, really real cool guy. He's like the type of college professor that you like want to get to know or whatever. And one day he's researching this kind of like it's for a microbiology project that he's like working on, and he like goes to these like historic files from Lost Cruces, not Lost, and as he's going through these like confidential kind of files that are like about the town's like history and stuff like that are reserved only for people who need like city records. Okay. He stumbles across this newspaper that's like in tatters, and it's from October 16th 1986. Sorry, I had to remember that. Okay. And the 1986 is significant because that's when the Chernobyl incident happened, which is kind of tied into that. Chernobyl? But that doesn't. Yeah, but that isn't. It's not tied in with the story, but Genius. It's kind of
Thank you. Just little things like that.
Yeah.
Genius.
But So that is kind of the first bit of it, and he sees it, and it looks like there's been some sort of catastrophe that happened in Lost Cruces. But he like looks it up, he Googles it, he can't find anything. You know what I mean? Like nothing has happened within our realm on October 16th. Right. And so he continues to kind of like go down this rabbit hole of information, and he starts a personal blog, which is it's really far down. I've been trying to kill time to see if we can find it.
Go ahead.
But it should be pretty soon actually. So
is he, like,
it's a link, yeah.
Okay.
And we don't have to read it or anything like that. But he starts putting out this this information and like his findings essentially on this crazy. No, keep going down.
What does he find?
That's an interesting.
Well, you don't know that. We never really find that out. I also never had to really elaborate on that. That was olive oil for a second. It's still gross what you did, but it's not olive oil, which is better.
I wish I had olive oil.
But essentially, he like. Hold on, I think we can find it here in a second.
I kind of want to go through the Lost Cruces records now.
I think you should.
The records?
But look.
Yeah, okay. It might have gotten deleted. Anyway, there was a website.
Okay.
Guaranteed. And like as he's kind of going through these, he starts getting more and more like manic and kind of like freaked out by it, and he starts to gain this following, like this crazy cult following of people who want, you know, these findings to happen. Mm-hmm. Cool, just making sure. But they start to follow these, like I said, these findings, and he continues about his postings until one day, like, he just stops. And then there's, like, a message with a bunch of, like, code and interference that says, like, you know, essentially, like, he's out of time. I forgot what it said. I wish we could have pulled it up. But there's a very cryptic message that insinuates that he's gone. And then he disappears for months. Okay. And he has a daughter and a wife. The wife has not been named. But the daughter's name is Abby. And so through the months between, like, in this timeline, when he went missing in March of 2018 to, like, October of 2018, she was just, like, kind of having to deal with his loss. She's this very, like, you know, I don't want to say the word lost again, but lost girl who is, you know, trying to find herself. Like, she's dealing with the loss of her dad. Like, she just went through this, like, crazy breakup. And she...
Can I have your beer?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry.
She, like, has this kind of, like, mental breakdown, which is right here.
Oh,
this is something. This is gonna be some behind the scenes, inside baseball.
We were looking at this video and trying to figure out what this was the other night.
Well,
I can definitely tell this is 2008 with the jewel.
Love the jewel.
Yeah, but that was actually our old actress for the part, but we didn't want to reshoot this. Yeah, this is Kyra. Yeah. She was initially gonna be the Abby Hessler, but we filmed this. Obviously the night before this had come out, and this is like when she kind of like that culminates. She knows that her dad was doing this research or whatever. She knows that he was kind of going crazy, but she never really like looked further into it because she just saw it as like the thing that kind of like, she doesn't know what happened. Like, she doesn't think he's been carried away to another dimension or whatever. She's like, oh, maybe my dad like killed himself, he ran away or whatever. And so like
Dad ran away.
You know, maybe my dad ran away. But
I had a drool.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be a joint, but we didn't supply. And so she hit the jewel. People have been talking mad shit about that jewel, dude. Like, they won't stop going off about it. I mean, I get it.
We were low key talking shit about it.
I get it.
Not talking shit, but we're just like, you know, the jewel jab.
Yeah, you know, I get it. I understand. I didn't want the jewel.
No,
it's okay. But yeah, so she's going through this, like, as you just saw, hopefully on the screen, like, and she encounters this person or thing in a gas mask who is like Cecilia Lucero said, what the hell is that? Like, coming at her with a pistol. And then you don't hear from Abby ever again for a very long time. Yeah. And so after that, you start to get more kind of cryptic messages that are like giving you more insight kind of into the world as to like Lost Cruces. And we're just very silent throughout this period, giving people time to figure it out mainly.
Yeah.
But so if you would scroll up.
Oh,
not that far.
Who is the one running after her?
Like the actor, or?
Yeah, like in that scene or whatever, the one like
who was the character or who was the actor?
Yeah.
The character.
The character is not actually Agent Kilo. It's someone different. But
What the fuck?
it's just a member of this, which is where we're going. We end up finding out much later down the line.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not even on the page.
Go to the media section.
Is what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought.
You're telling the story and you finished with her losing her. She just got kidnapped.
Okay, yeah. So that's right. That person works for a secret agency by the name of Bloom, which gives all the shirts kind of a double meaning.
Yeah. See that?
Which was kind of the point at the beginning, and so you don't find out the name of this until like 2 days before the initial like teaser trailer launched, and which has since been deleted because we're gonna release a new one on Monday,
Your
April
whole thing
15th.
is like intricate as fuck. Like,
yeah.
With the clothing and the
genius.
I appreciate it.
It's fucking.
Where did you want me to go? Or which post?
Keep scrolling up. Like stuff like this. Like there's different characters that are kind of like, you know what I mean, introduced throughout this
Is that one good?
this telling of the story. So this one is just like people talking about Max, who we thought was lost this whole entire time. You know what I mean? Like we thought he was gone. We're like, oh shit, someone's heard of Max. And then you find out that he's like this commander of a cause. You know what I mean? And that going against him is like super not okay. And so we get that, and you're like kind of led on to.
But okay,
Right.
to the questions.
Well, I think I have to finish the video,
Yes.
the story again.
For the second time, and we apologize.
Well, the third time technically. It's the
Oh,
third time
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even more. But
It's not even impressive.
so yeah, we find out that Max is a part of this like bigger thing. Think bigger than himself, and potentially in some capacity like still alive when we thought he was missing this whole time.
I'm sorry. What the fuck? That shit is broken. How the fuck did that happen?
You gotta stop letting Oakland niggas sit on your stuff.
Seriously, fat.
And so once I know I told this like twice, but it's like stuck. Okay.
Okay.
So
I got you.
anyway, we end up realizing that what he found out on his like that piece of newspaper that he found in that library like however many months ago was basically telling the story of a like catastrophic event that happened in Lost Cruces or across the world in 1986. And that was actually a bleed over from like it's basically saying that in an alternate timeline, the effects of Chernobyl in 1986 were so vast and like destructive that it like tore a hole across like all time and space, and now there's these multiple dimensions and timelines that are and so that's where this this Bloom organization was put into place, is to basically keep that a secret. You know what I mean? Like keep everybody's sanity, because you don't like people couldn't handle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I feel like if it was like trying to be kept a secret, like they'd destroy like a lot of evidence or something.
yeah.
Well,
you'd
they
think
tried
so.
to. Didn't he find it in the desert?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the thing is
Oh, in
that
the
like
desert? Oh, I thought it was a
no, it was in the library. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad.
But the thing is that like these things, like because of the nature of like dimension crossings and like different timelines, is like these things end up in,
Yeah.
So this is like an alternate dimension relic that was found in ours.
Okay.
So there's probably like another newspaper dated October 15, 1986 from our time, and it's like Aggies won a baseball game. You know what I mean? Like whatever. I know baseball season's not in the fall, but still, you know what I mean?
So
like,
do they know of the like our dimension, the other one?
yeah. So they're aware of all of them. So like this picture right here was taken in technically Dimension 1, and you'll see that in the movie because that's actually a shot from the movie itself.
But so nobody like in Dimension 1 really knows about Dimension 2, but Dimension 2
Yeah.
kind of knows about Dimension.
Yeah, so like Dimension 1 is like us having this conversation right now. Like
Okay.
Dante checking the camera right now. Like all this is happening within Dimension 1, and everything Dimension 2 is like basically the world that you
like,
see. Everything
the
otherworldly in this.
the like Mad Max type stuff. Like
Yeah.
where they have the gas mask. Okay.
Yeah, all that stuff. Like those people have mastered. Like there's different factions of Bloom, like within across like each interdimensional.
Y'all really thought this
situation.
through. That's
Yeah.
that must have been fun. To come up
It
with
was
that.
a lot of fun to
The
come up
Bloom
with.
is kind of like the agents from the Matrix kind of thing, sort of.
Kind of.
of.
Yeah,
More or less.
in a way.
Yeah. In a very
They're trying
Like-
to like hide the fact from everybody that it's a.
Oh wow, that's a
Simulation.
Yeah.
I didn't draw that.
That's essentially like what it is. You know, like their job is to keep in place, like, and this is, if you listen closely to that video, there's a screech that happens, and that is because there's also another element that I haven't touched on in the ARG or on the page that has to do with people who, you know, maybe can't handle that interdimensional travel, and like their bodies become warped and they become these different like these monsters.
Oh, so there's gonna be okay. That's very interesting. That's
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool. I want to see,
I want to see
especially
the
you.
FX for that.
Yeah, I know that you're gonna come up with something super creative for that. I want to see how that comes.
Yeah.
That's gonna
So
be
essentially, that's it. Like that's the whole backstory to like everything that's happened, like on Twitter and on Instagram and all that stuff.
that's
Okay.
super cool.
So
yeah.
how-
So the trailer comes out on April 15th.
April 15th, and then April 1st.
How do you know
is
like
zero.
who's a part of the agency or whatever?
Well,
who's trying to kill?
Or is it
who?
kind of like one of
Yeah.
those things like where you
Yeah.
don't really know until like it's too late?
yeah. Well, I mean, you kind of know. It's made pretty clear. Like if you saw this guy, you'd be like, okay, he's for sure. Like,
But like you couldn't spot him like out of like a group of people. They're just kind of.
you're not supposed to see him. Like the
Heard, not seen.
I don't want to like.
But I'm talking
No,
about
no,
the
yeah,
story.
from
yeah,
like
yeah.
a person like inside of the movie. Like how would that person, or I don't know if that would ruin it, but how would they know? Like how would they know an agent when they saw him?
Well, they're wearing gas masks and stuff, right?
Yeah,
And
they
they're
look
trying
like that. They're dressed in tactical gear and stuff like that. But for the most part, only like 3 people, my character Abby and her dad, that we know of, have seen these people. So you're not supposed
Okay.
to. Like,
Oh,
So they don't like hang
okay.
around and
yeah,
they're like
they
kinda
move in the
secret.
shadows. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
okay, okay,
Like
that's very.
you don't like us like. Much
We
like
don't
they're not
see that.
actually a real organization. Like that's how the world works in this dimension one. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they're not even a thing.
Okay, that.
Dude, you know what'd be wild is if I went missing.
like actually.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're like, dude, he knew too much.
Well, they're okay. So there's this guy that they actually made a movie off of. He was making a movie about how America's becoming a police state, a policed state, and he was like in the army and shit. And he ended up murdering his wife and his girlfriend and himself, like just randomly. Like first he completely cut off communication with everyone, and then he just slaughtered himself and wrote in blood Allah Akbar.
Oh, you
Wow.
know they did that shit, bro.
Well, the huge thing is like, oh, the government did it, but like, I'm not gonna say I know.
Hey, since
but like,
1985, though, the number of people incarcerated and put into the prison system has more than doubled.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
since
definitely.
1985, but I think
Yeah,
people are
thanks
doing
to
a lot more
Nixon.
fucked up
You
shit.
think though?
And I think the police force is growing to where they can actually catch a lot of those people.
Yeah,
I,
it's
don't-
just
I honestly don't
technology
think.
and shit.
I think it's a mix of like people being taken in for stupid reasons and also people doing horrible shit.
Yeah, like I mean, since then, texting and driving has came out. Like that's illegal. You
Yeah.
will go to jail. for
Yeah.
that. So like,
It's
there's
kinda stupid.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna
But I mean,
say
like,
it's stupid, but yeah.
Like,
There-
for,
there-
like,
there-
grandma weed or like kind of
Yeah.
like just like
Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I
The
mean,
word
things.
is,
to
but
the
yeah,
Nixon
things have changed a lot.
administration,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's very conspiracy
Yeah.
theory esque, but
Yes.
you know.
But who doesn't love a great conspiracy
Yeah.
theory? Like even the crazy.
Man, I really wish we were recording the first time because these guys were much more psyched out the first
Yeah.
time I told you that.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, it's alright.
I'm
For the record,
drunk.
this is like the third time we recorded this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By BT Dubs.
All right, so where are we going? I'm gonna
Your
pretend.
clothing line.
Yes.
Which one is your favorite? In your
I know I was kind of telling you guys this the first time, but like
these
that
ones?
look to the skies is like probably my favorite because when I was conceptualizing everything, like I was kind of going for that like tattoo, like American traditional type of style. And even though I didn't really achieve it here, like it was the first time I kind of got as close to it as I like wanted to, and it kind of set the overall theme for the rest of the designs.
I
Oh, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
see it in the flowers that you drew.
Oh yeah,
Thank you,
and,
yeah.
and I definitely think it's like a very on its own vibe. Like not many people go with that type of. I guess animation would be the right word, like that type of drawing style. But it works out perfectly with the not
But
only
then
the
again, you
vibe
should
that you're
have your
giving.
own different twist on them.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like the fact
Yeah.
that look into the skies probably means something, and then
Mhm.
we're all a little lost, and the bloom, like it all
Yeah.
ties in together, which makes it
Mhm.
so much cooler. Like especially like if you had like stands of the show, like super fans, like they're gonna like eat this shit up.
And you dropped this whole lineup like all at once.
Yeah, this all went live on a week ago.
Okay.
Well, a little bit more than a week ago, April 1st,
Yeah.
when it all dropped. This right here is actually really cool. This is the cover art for the playlist that I made.
Yeah. I listened to some of the playlists too. Yeah, I really like that. How did you come
Is
in
she
contact
gay?
with some of your models?
Well, all of these ones are mock-ups because I ordered the shirts to like actually do the actual, like the modeling and stuff like that. But people are actually getting their shirts before we do because we ordered like some to give to the models and like shoot with them. And so like last minute we found out like our shit was backed up. We had a whole plan for like on our website, like on the first thing, you don't have to go to it, but like it's that picture of the guy that with the shirt on. It was originally supposed to be like all the models just like doing random things, and like it was going to be like a video in the background, and it was going to look super cool. And I still plan on doing that, and we still have the models selected who are still waiting very patiently. Thank you guys for the actual shirts. But so we used a website called Place It, where you pay $29 a month and you can make like mock-ups of your apparel and your stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah, that's sweet.
So I mean, we've been using this specific model for like since the first drop, and I have like
I kind of like it.
The biggest crush on her. Like, and my girlfriend knows, but like that's my shit, dude. Like,
well, like she works it.
And that's like that's the look. You know what I mean? Like that's the look.
So and to be different, like
so mock-up models are basically like I guess stock images models where you just
essentially
okay.
I know that some people kind of frown upon that, but like it's kind of the way it has to be when you're really like low budget. You know what I mean?
Fuck people.
Yeah, and besides, people are getting their shirts.
Honestly.
So
you just gotta get shit done at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Waiting on everyone.
I'm not gonna just like wait on. I'm not gonna push back launch when I've hyped it up so much to be a specific date.
Yeah.
So,
and I know we already covered it, but with Crux again, how did you get? Or did we ask that question in the first one?
I think we might have. But just to reiterate, like...
Well, I don't think you asked who is your favorite performer.
Oh, yeah, that's I think I'll answer that one then. Because, like, just in case I didn't answer it, like, very short answer is, like, we were looking for an event to cover to kind of, like, perpetuate this, like, by artist for artist mentality and, like, have people, you know what I mean, know about these events because so many things are happening.
Yeah.
But no one knows about them.
Yeah.
And I was telling you guys this before, but my favorite performer of the night was probably Naquan. Because like D-Swin had like everybody was like more or less there for him, you know what I mean? And like also Naquan as well.
Yeah.
But like he definitely brought the crowd because like after like his and Naquan's performance, people started kind of trickling out and stuff like that. But there was definitely, I know I heard that too.
It's the ghost.
But like there's being a good performer.
Jesus.
I quit. No, I'm walking out. No, I'm just kidding. That's the last straw.
That was our goal when we started this.
Not after the other 42 straws.
Not after all the other distractions. No, I'm just kidding.
So
do we want to wait for him or?
I guess I'm taking a spot.
I'll go for it.
Taking a spot. So where were the where was the performance again?
The performance? Well, there was 3. There was one at Art Obscura, which is the first night, which is like acoustic show, like solo people. Yeah, it's good.
Where was it like physically, location wise?
Art Obscura is off of Harrelson Street. Like if you take University, turn left, and you follow Union, then there's like Harrelson Street. And then the second one was at Presley Askew Field, which is a baseball field at MSU. And then the third night was at Wells Hall, which is just like this crazy like empty like hall that nobody uses. Like there's no classes taught there or anything. Like it's just really weird. There's just like really abstract art in there.
So you just used it as a venue?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean, dude, that PA system like was too loud. Like it was one of those where like on the third night, because it was such a small room, it was probably,
and they're just kind of like open for people to.
Well, I mean, I know that they select them. I don't know how they go about like picking performers. Like people had asked us that on our posts too, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not part of Crux, you know.
Okay.
But the room was probably from like that wall to that wall, but just like a square.
That's it.
As a venue, holy shit.
Yeah, but they had like these huge PA speakers like turned up far too loud. Like you know, like it was crazy because when the show was over, there was this point like where all the noise died down and like the silence hit and like a fucking like electric sine wave went through my brain. It was like it was so weird. It was so weird. But yeah, I definitely lost some
ears. You're just completely deaf for like 2 days.
I'd be like talking to my girlfriend like right in her ear right here. I'd be like, "Yeah, doing this," and I could hardly even hear myself.
Like
it really is. Is it still going?
Yeah. I'm just making sure.
What about that one?
No, that one's going.
Okay.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, what was the next?
So
what were we on before you?
Your favorite performer?
Oh, okay, then I answered that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Dude, Dante went into host mode so fast.
Yeah,
Went to what?
Host mode.
Bro, I just popped in, bro.
I know.
There's an empty seat. It's got to be filled.
Alright, well, now it's filled.
Ooh. He's kicking you out.
I know, respect.
I'm drunk.
I was just a stand-in.
I said I need another shot.
There's one poured up right there.
Oh, big bet, buddy.
We already talked
Can
about
you-
the clothing.
A room temp shot?
Snap.
Nah, she's still pretty chill.
Hit it.
That made me cringe a little bit. Can you bring me a beer?
I was like room temp
Yeah, there's
shot,
that.
like
I think y'all are out
camera
of
shot, like
What?
what does that
I meant
mean?
that.
Shiner Bock? Out of Shiner Bock. Cam drank the last one.
Ooh.
Drink it. Wait.
Cam
From the
drank
six
last
pack?
Shiner Bock. For the six
I
pack.
took
The
my
six
six
pack's
pack.
in the trash right now.
What
I
about
took my
the
six
what about
pack
the big
home.
box?
There's a big box?
Oh my gosh.
Bro, I've been here for like
Not quite.
30 minutes. Fuck howdy.
And you don't have a beer?
I'm not sharing. So the Lost Cruces, your girlfriend came up with her name.
Yep.
And
Well, I mean, a lot of people have said Lost Cruces before, I'm sure. Like, I'm not going to take
No,
credit
no
for that.
one has ever, and you should TM it. And you
I'm
should
not gonna
sue
do that.
We should
anyone.
write that
we should
shit.
make a brand called Found Cruces.
There you go. Dude, I'll be honest with you. There's something that I have, and I don't know if it's shitty, and your people can tell me if it is or not, and you guys can tell me if it is or not. But like, I
It's
have
bad.
like different business ideas or like cool names for businesses that I like make an email account for and get the app for, even though I'm not using it. Like, I'm not doing it,
But
just in case.
No, yeah. That's
Like, I don't want people to
that's
take
actually,
it.
It's super smart.
And realistically, if anybody
Yeah.
came to me and was like, "Hey, like you have this app,
No, yeah,
I need it,"
and they
I'd give
could-
it to them.
And you
but
could, they could buy it from
yeah,
us.
I like get off to the fact that I thought of it. I'm like, yeah,
You
know
just
what I
like
mean?
have like names and like are they like
Yeah.
business ideas or do they just kind of like names?
Yeah,
and stuff?
more or less. Like if it usually goes off with the name. Like there's one that I have that you can't take because I already have the ad, which is Cosmic Cruises.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna use that
That's
because
stupid.
I already have
I'm
Lost
just
Cruces.
kidding.
You're right, it is.
Shit.
That's why it's Lost Cruises.
That
the
would be
Cosmic
a that'd
Cruises.
be a cosmic like
I think it could be like a branch.
yeah.
You know?
or even like another part like because you have the Hessler effect like
Yeah.
a whole nother.
That's
one,
true, actually.
the cosmic because
That's
like
kinda awesome.
what
But
is
you can expand on like the Roswell like landing. UFO
That's what I'm saying.
landing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can just
yeah.
make a whole alien
Yeah.
shit out of that.
yeah.
Very
See
good.
that's
Which is
that's
what
a-
people think it is so far.
Well,
it's
that-
like aliens.
That's a genius thing
Kinda.
about this whole thing is that you've left it so open. Like
Mhm.
the whole story that you just explained, you left it so open to so many other movies that you can create, which is just genius.
Thanks, man. I
Pure-
appreciate that a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for like the next series.
Yeah.
Cosmic.
I mean that is the goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know if this was in this one, but like I was talking about having the multiple like
Mhm.
sclerosis. No, the multiple like
Oh.
making a bunch of films within the same universe, but like not about technically the same people or the same things.
I have scoliosis. If you ever want to do a comedy thing, hit me up.
Dude,
Bro, like a
absolutely.
comedy skit of one, like one where, like one
We were kind of
dimension where everything's just fucking hilarious.
That would be good. I mean, it could exist. Like that's the thing is that we've opened so many different dimensions and timelines that literally anything can happen.
That's just Los
I
Angeles.
just realized it's like
Dimension X.
your whole Hessler effect's kind of like a Rick and Morty shit.
Almost.
Yeah. In the
Interdimensional
dimensional
shit.
travel, yes.
Yeah.
Dimensional
The
travel.
dimensional travel. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
But like so far as we know, the dimensions are just like all we have is Earth. You know, so I haven't expanded that far yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Once we get that budget up.
Yeah.
Cosmic
Yeah.
Cruces, I'm telling you, that
There
shit
we
could
go,
blow
dude.
up.
Yeah, that,
fuck Breaking Bad. We're gonna put New Mexico back on the map.
I
Yeah,
know.
dude.
You want some?
Do you know how many people don't know that New Mexico's a state?
Like, goddamn.
It's ridiculous. Like it's kind of insane. It's kind of
It's
crazy.
seriously so stupid. I have
They
friends
think-
back in California.
They think they built the border wall fucking on.
Oh, like around us, yeah. Seriously.
Motherfuckers
Like-
think they built the border wall out there.
It's so wild because I have even friends that have like I keep in contact with on a daily basis back in California. Like the first time I went back, they're like, "So how's it
California
living
people,
in
though?
Mexico?"
Like-
I'm like,
You dumb
I'd
bitch,
expect
right?
that
Yeah.
from like East Coast people, but California?
Honestly.
I feel like if anything could like be a part of Mexico, it's California. like way
Yeah.
more than New Mexico. Like
Seriously.
Mexico is a little like we kind of like
It's
oh,
pretty bad.
we'll be new Mexicans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mexico Mexicans.
yeah, exactly.
So do you speak Spanish also? Or why are you white? Like,
What,
what's happening
do you
here?
speak
Me?
new Mexican?
New?
No, he's just.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you asking me
Bullshit.
specifically?
Yeah, he kind of just babbles sometimes. You have
Yeah.
to.
Do you speak Spanish or Chinese?
I speak Mandarin.
Alright.
No,
Stop
Well,
recording.
next question. Well, what's it do?
Alright, we good.
Cool.
It stopped recording for a second.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
right.
why the fuck
It just stops.
I think like most DSLRs have a time limit of like 10 or 12 minutes. Yeah. So you have to have somebody like. all
Okay,
that
well, okay. Just we could edit this.
It's
part.
alright.
But
We could.
What would you?
We'll just have, like,
do you have a
funny
camera
pictures
that
of
you would think that goes longer than 10 minutes, or do you know one?
I know the one that I use goes for a while.
It's probably not a DSLR.
It is a DSLR. It's a mirrorless camera. It's a Sony A7 III, but you know,
It's
like
a nice camera.
Oh yeah.
the cameras are expensive.
Yeah, that's a damn
So,
nice
Oh,
camera.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of like software you could download here. I like how the lighting is gonna change so drastically because of the door.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be part of this.
Thanks, Cam.
Ugh.
What did you buy?
Oh,
Look
sweet.
bad. Paul Malls? What?
Big nigga problems, right?
Nah, nigga, it's just hot.
Nah, that's big. He ain't sweating.
We had $2 sheets afterwards.
Oh
No, you did not.
It's some nigga shit.
No, you did not. You did not
I
have
almost
one.
got hit by a fucking car. That was facts.
He left the jacket, he left the jacket that he had over there.
What other questions did we? BTS.
Oh, yeah, I already answered that one.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, there's a whole bit about what
I was
BTS meant.
I was kind of surprised that we didn't think of that. Like, we were really sitting there
I know, and I was like behind the scenes. You're like, shit.
super disappointed in myself, to be honest. I was like, oh, well, I should just.
BTS. I was like,
Is that like.
The K-pop band, or
Yeah, that's what I thought the first time.
it was like BTS, like some kind of weird sexual shit. Like,
What did you say, big titty slut or something like that?
wow,
kind of like some kinky shit, like B.
Like a
BTSM.
Yeah, BTSM. You should put M in like quotation.
That's
Or not.
actually kind of good. I like that. I'm gonna steal that.
Hey, I changed one.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Alright, so.
Opioid
There's no
epidemic.
Please, I don't want to have to talk about the opioid.
There really is.
About abortion.
Oh my god.
That's something that
Very controversial.
it is controversial, but like I think it's. I mean, I think you gotta.
Have you
the
smoked an
option.
egg out of a bong?
An egg? What does that mean?
Out of a bong.
Oh, thanks, man.
Have you ever smoked an egg out of a bong? A bong?
I don't think so.
Do you want to?
I don't know what that means.
Okay, back
Put
to
an
abortion.
egg in a bong instead of water.
So like, you
Smoke.
boil an egg.
No,
No, there's just
you
straight
crack
egg.
it. What do you? You're
Instead
super
of water.
confused. I'm just kidding. You put an egg in the bong.
I
water.
get that.
Instead
and
of
smoke.
water.
What about it? What does it do? What does it?
Nothing.
It is just-
Hey,
Have
you
you done
smoked
it?
out of an egg, and you
Okay.
can say that you done that.
Cool.
Next time someone asks you that question, you'll be like, "Fuck yeah, I have," and "Fuck you," and that's exactly how you should respond to that.
And I will.
And I will.
I'll have you know that I will.
Yeah, send us the video.
Are these
Whenever you-
only yellow? Why did he give us the yellows? Does he not care about us?
Bro, I fuck.
Does he not care about
That's
us?
what I was thinking.
Y'all don't like
You
the
got some
yellows?
other colors over
I
there?
fuck with yellow, but
Why does he not care
Toss
about
me a
us?
yellow, dog.
So abortion.
Don't ask about it.
I mean it's fine.
Regardless what he said, I feel like regardless
Trump
what you
should
say
have
about that, you're gonna get. Thanks, bro.
The battery's
Back.
dying.
He gave me a
And
red
you
one.
keep
He talking
hitting
about me.
You know, your battery's dying.
Is
And
it?
it's only, it's not recording long at all. I mean, yep, card is full, never mind.
All right. Well, we got the audio.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just go. Off
I'll
that.
just throw up like a funny picture or something.
Just a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
drop the acid.
Huh?
That should be the picture. We're gonna drop the acid. I'll put it on your thing.
Can we just tell him?
What do you think about the growing divide within the political parties?
I think
Huge problem.
Do you like Ben
That-
Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro. I don't know anything about that.
Back to the other shit, right?
Okay.
Yep. The growing divide between the political parties. What do you feel like we should do?
I didn't even keep up with Ben
Listen.
Shapiro.
Jesus Christ! I didn't know Dante was that well spoken. Just kidding. I didn't know you could spell political parties.
I think that there's some unfair like assumptions made about different political parties. You know what I mean? Like if you're a Democrat, you're automatically like super liberal, and if you're a Republican, you're automatically racist and shit like that. But I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Yeah.
I know some black Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with a lot of the views that the Republican Party has, but like,
Yeah.
I think the important part is that we can talk about it.
Yeah,
And not
I think so
just
too.
scream that someone's a racist because they're
yeah.
voting for Donald
That
Trump.
shit happens way too often.
I mean, I'll be honest with
People
you,
are
like,
too hard-headed
if
about shit.
it's, and I don't know if it's a product of that or not, but if someone tells me that they did vote for Donald Trump, like, I probably would be like, all right, like, I'm a little bit sketched out by you for like a lot of your reasons. But if you explain yourself in a way that isn't like, oh, I hate Mexicans, you know what I mean? Then I'll listen to you.
Goddamn
know what I mean?
nigger,
Fucking
nigga in my town.
madman.
Yeah, like as long as you're not saying anything like that, nothing hateful, like, and you
Yeah.
have reasons behind it, then Sure,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't love that about you, but I'm
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
you're
not
not
talk
gonna
to
you're
you.
not gonna like I'm not
Discriminate
talking to him.
because of that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like I said, it's situational.
My
Like I
mom-
will gladly do that to someone who's like racist or like you know,
Oh yeah.
otherwise
See,
a piece of shit.
See, and another, so Ben Shapiro, the guy that we just said, is this super conservative Jewish guy that like talks madly, like not necessarily against feminism, but he's like y'all are
It's
equal.
stupid.
Yeah. He makes valid points, and people legitimately call him like Nazi, homo. Like he's Jewish. Like he's probably not a Nazi. Like he's
More likely than not,
super,
right?
like this other
The
conservative
dude
guy
wears
that
a
he-
yarmulke all the time.
yeah, another conservative guy that he works with a lot is like, yeah, Ben Shapiro is as Jewy as you get. Like he is not a Nazi. Like,
Yeah.
and it's crazy that they would even like just say stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't care what you voted for. I care about if
Yeah.
you're more
What
or
you
less a
stand
good
for.
person. Yeah. If you have a right reason to vote for Donald Trump or vote for Hillary Clinton, that's what matters to me.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
you know, like, and it was especially the 2016 election. I know we're going off on a weird tangent, but
Oh,
like,
yeah, sorry.
it was a weird election. Like, no one was really good. It was like the
Better
less-
of two evils.
Yeah, exactly.
Still wanted my
Thank you,
nigga
because that's what I was
Trump.
looking for.
Do you think like the
Johnson,
argument
nigga,
against
Mary
like Trump being
Johnson.
racist is valid?
I think that he's not a good person for sure. Like, there's a lot of evidence stacking up against that. Like, I don't like the guy, obviously, but like,
He's a businessman and a
yeah,
That's what
Talking about
He's
Trump?
a reality
You
TV
talking about
star.
Trump?
yeah.
Well, okay.
He's an asshole. Yes,
yeah.
but I could if I was to do business, I would want that nigga on my team.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
he's
He
good
brought
at
a
the
different
business
twist
part,
in
but he's not
in
good for the
everything.
whole
Like
country.
he went in,
Well,
like, he
okay,
went in
okay.
and he just
He's
like
good for economic growth.
Yeah.
Well,
I
okay.
think he
It's
changed
really
the political
different.
landscape for
I'll
sure.
I'll say with Trump, I like his policies, but I do not think that he is like I'm not a Trump supporter because I like his policies. I think we should secure the border, and et cetera, but I don't think he's necessarily like a smart guy. Like I think he's super immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he lied about how many fucking people were at his inauguration, which is
Dude,
just a super
he
ego.
lies
fucking
about a lot of
stupid.
things.
Right?
Yeah, like it's stupid, but you can't like he does make a lot of good points with his policies. Like
Yeah.
policy wise, he's going in.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing good too, and like we're in a good place right now. Like I think it's crazy when people are like, "This is the worst time to live." I'm like, 50 years ago they were hanging people.
Yeah. I mean,
Of my color.
there's the argument to be made that they still are. You know what I mean? Like, people are still getting lynched, but
But
like,
it's like it's
Every
if someone
generation's
gets if
gonna
someone
have
gets
big
lynched, it's in the
problems.
news now. Like that's a big
Definitely.
deal.
yeah, and it's not just like going on.
Yeah, like it's not like
Like,
I
okay,
Tommy.
another guy was lynched.
Yeah,
It's
like
not no bullshit
yeah,
like that.
It's not like it's Wednesday. What are you gonna do? Like that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Like now it's a big deal. Like even if they lynch white people, like that would be a fucking big deal. I'm not saying more
I
than
mean,
black
it's,
people.
it's getting to the point where it's not even lynching; it's just like murder. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Like,
no,
it's-
no. Well, it is. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and that's something that like people like comment on about
We
like.
don't have to include this part just in case.
No, I was gonna say like, well, I mean, we can kind of tie it back to Lost Cruces. Is like people mention that about us is that like we're very outspoken about like where we stand on political things. You know what I mean? And so like I do that on purpose because like. I mean, you're allowed to have your different beliefs or whatever, and you know, like
Shouldn't
you
be
vote for
afraid
Donald
to
Trump,
throw that
whatever.
shit out.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I want people to support us that believe more or less the same things that we do. Not, I shouldn't say believe the same things, but think the same way. Like, you don't have to think everything that we say is right. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but just like
But you should be able to like
Wanna
be
have a
able to
discussion
talk-
about it.
yes.
Yeah,
Be
but,
able to
like-
talk openly.
yeah, like I don't. That's to say that I don't want like homophobic, transphobic, like racist people supporting my brand. You know what I mean? Like that's not who I'm aiming to please. You know? What
Yeah,
I mean?
but I mean, like you can't stop them from like
From liking it, yeah.
yeah, and if they do, I mean, cool. But like,
Yeah. Y'all should look into
but
more
I
ideals
don't
instead.
but I don't represent you. I'm
yeah,
kind of-
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and like if you're able to really put that aside, then that's fine. You know what I mean? Like if you can let us have our beliefs and be outspoken for what we're going to be, you know what I mean? Like I think the smartest thing Nike ever did was support Colin Kaepernick. Like whether you believe in what he did was right or wrong, you know what I mean? Like they picked a position and they stuck by him, and that was ultimately, even though like they saw a dip in their stocks, like it ultimately went back up because
Yeah, yeah.
people want people who believe in something. Like
Yeah.
there's so many. I think that's the decider between like brands that are successful and brands that aren't is like if you have something like behind it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
if you're just
yeah.
making clothes to make clothes, then it probably won't sell as well as like
You need to have a
you know what I mean?
blueprint.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think you can have the most badass designs but no like message behind it, and someone with like shittier designs but like a really clear motive behind it will like sell better than you.
Like MGK, like one of the reasons MGK came up mainly is because his lace up movement, like his whole thing in what's his home city, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like he repped Cleveland really hard. Like he still reps Cleveland hard to this day. Like he his lace up movement like did great things for the community
Joey
and all that
Badass.
stuff. Yeah, Joey Badass is fucking all that shit. Like all like it matters more or less.
I wonder what Lil Pump's doing.
Fuck Little Pump.
No, Little Pump's a G, bro.
I hate you, dog.
Little Pump's a low key G. Like regardless what we talk shit about on, he's making way more money than me. So I envy him.
I mean, that's true, but
That's crazy.
Some shitty ass music.
I don't know. I fucking
Some
love
of it's kind of
You're
high.
such a fucking hoe.
No,
I hate
I
that
don't
song.
like that.
Hate that song, bro.
Bro, Kanye's verse on that, what? I'm a sick fucker, like a... That shit goes hard. That shit, yeah, that shit snap, bro. That shit snap.
Yeah.
I like Kanye, bro, but I cannot listen to Little Pump. It's fucking repetitive as shit, bro.
I'm not
Hey,
gonna...
all this shit. D-Rose, Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
All
Let's
right.
get it, let's get it, let's get
He's
it.
a little
Yeah,
bit of
I
a
disagree
hype
with you, but I respect your right to say that. So,
But fuck.
there you go. Yeah, but get the fuck out.
Hey,
Alright,
stay in your house.
are we almost done with all the questions? What other questions did we miss?
Like LoudPac, our purpose is gonna be like the psychedelic advocate kind of thing.
Okay.
More or less.
That's interesting. That's
Yeah.
cool. Like not a lot
Because-
of people are willing to take that stance.
Because I mean, like it real like there's been research done on why
Yeah.
psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms, like helps depression. LSD. The guy who
Trying to,
created
like-
AAA, the Alcoholics Anonymous, right?
Association,
Yeah.
That's what it is. He stopped alcohol because of LSD. Like he's
really?
very open about it. Yeah. But he said he couldn't do that with his group because like they were against LSD.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, and you could read all about it. Yeah, he was like, LSD helped me tremendously.
There's a lot of like stigma around it that
Like-
that people have to like understand facts like rather than thinking about it's a Schedule 1 substance. It must be. I mean, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
Shrooms is definitely one of like the safest drugs you can even take.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, well, you can't die from shrooms, LSD. Most psychedelics you can't OD from.
yeah.
And that depends on also how you classify it.
You don't want to use
And also,
it either because
that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, it'll definitely like fuck with your brain.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
mess with the chemistry.
Yeah,
and all
my
that stuff.
mind. I have basically PTSD from some of the things I've done in my life.
I mean, like most drugs, there's right and wrong ways to do it.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
everything, not
Yeah.
even just drugs. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah,
Drinking
but also
too.
Yeah.
yeah. Like this is legal, but this kills more. Like I think it's like the number 4th reason that people die. In
Yeah, dude,
America.
absolutely.
Like drinking and driving or some shit like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And nicotine's fucking sugar. Obesity
Sugar,
is
yeah.
one of the most. Oh, people who don't think sugar is a drug is insane. Like
Yeah.
sugar, you can get addicted
Yeah.
to sugar.
Sugar
And
I
caffeine?
wouldn't say addict, but it's like a
My
physical
mom has been
dependency.
addicted.
Yeah,
Bro.
physical. Well, that's addiction, no?
She got over it though.
Who?
My mom, she was addicted to caffeine for years, bro.
Yeah. Like people, there are a lot more harmful legal substances than there are illegal
Exactly.
substances. Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say that's necessarily true because some
GMOs, shit like that, the shit they put in our food.
some
dude.
drugs that are illegal will fucking destroy you.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
black tar heroin. bro.
Crack cocaine, which is my favorite. I'm just kidding.
Fucking.
There's one guy that me and him watch on YouTube a lot who said that he did a DMT at the peak of an LSD trip.
Yeah, dude, I saw that in my recommended. I didn't watch it
Substance-
because it
psych
just
substance
freaks me
stuff.
out. But
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That sounds fucking gnarly.
You think
What's
it's
his name?
crazy until you start doing shit like that, and you're like,
I mean, everything, right?
It's not
you
that
know,
crazy.
there's
But-
still some people who are like, "Oh my god, you smoked half a joint. You must be so hot." You know what I mean? Like, people are stressing out about that stuff because they've never done it before.
yeah, Elon Musk and then Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah,
Oh, bro, that
but
was
he
fucking
didn't
dope.
even inhale. Like
No,
he
he
didn't.
didn't.
He literally didn't get high from it. You have to inhale marijuana and THC to get high from it. He didn't inhale.
I think he was more afraid of the the social repercussions.
Well, no, I don't. I
He
truly.
still did it though.
Well, I truly think that he just did not know how to smoke weed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
sure.
Like
I've
I
done it
really,
before.
I really believe that, and there's nothing wrong. But
He
even
just
he,
smoked it like a cigarette, bro. He
Yeah.
just didn't inhale.
yeah, he
Yeah.
said it like he's like I'm not really into like the downers. He's like I was more into the uppers. But he's like even after high school, I kind of just stopped. Okay. But Elon Musk is a genius. Can we talk about it? That motherfucker got bored and made flamethrowers.
Yeah, bro. I
Like
love the
literally,
Ford
like
company,
got
dog.
bored and made flamethrowers.
Uh huh.
I want to buy one, honestly.
They're
A flamethrower? Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He made like 20,000. That's what is in like all the Joe Rogan interviews. Right before he posts a picture of each one of them holding the boring.
Oh,
Flamethrowers.
yeah. I always wondered.
He has
I thought it
Ben
was like a
Shapiro
Nerf gun or
wearing
some
one.
shit.
Yeah, man. This is such a great interview.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
been like
yeah.
all over the place, but I love it. I'm all about it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the point of podcast / interviews, like just to
Yeah.
kind of like make it a very free flowing conversation. And I feel like that makes more of the creative ideas to come out.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen Eric Andre?
Dude,
Yeah.
if there's someone that I
Andre.
aspire to be, like everything that I ever do in my life is a little bit of a meme. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, that's genius. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love that guy.
That guy
For
is
the-
so, and Hannibal
That's
too.
if you, and not to plug like a dead podcast or whatever, but me and my old co-host, we had a podcast called Sold Out where we would interview these creatives, but like it
Bro,
was
y'all did
never
that shit
super
recently,
serious. Yeah, pretty recently, and like it was never serious. Like especially the D-Swin and the Shane episode. Like our friend Shane came on and he really wanted to talk about photography, but there's
Okay.
maybe like 2 minutes of him talking about his
yeah.
photography.
I mean, that's kind of like this. Like we
Yeah.
kind of did fuck around.
Yeah, because the first question, what was it? Like, I forgot what it was. It was something like caught me way off guard.
I know that. Like, at first I was gonna like hit you with like, all right. So, what are your views on abortion?
Like, yeah, I
That
told him
would've
that
been
you
good.
Straight out the gate.
Yeah, he was like, I'm like, nah, I think we should wait a little bit in so he at least gets a little comfortable.
And I was
then we
expecting you to
smack
be
him.
like,
and then we hit him with just some random.
and like you kind of start talking about, and I was like, okay, so
Yeah, and then
Lost
change the
Cruces.
subject.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. That would have been a strong intro. I think we have a strong one too.
Oh yeah. I think we have a very strong all of it in general.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
The past 3 days, like
How's the
leading
audio
up to
going?
this,
That's good.
Nice.
Me-
Audio's still good.
I was like, we were trying to like, I was just brainstorming like ridiculous shit just to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Indian kid shit. He said,
Oh,
you heard
yeah,
about
like-
the Indian kid who died from eating pig shit?
Just
Yeah.
like,
I don't know if we got that on the tape.
Oh damn, that was like my favorite thing
yeah, it
too.
was
Like,
wild.
but that's a real thing. An Indian
never
kid
heard of
ate
but like having
pig
like
shit.
just be in the middle of an interview, then like someone just walking out, sitting, doing their own thing, acting like this isn't happening, and then another person.
Like just
Like
random
another
people start
person.
coming in shot like there's someone hiding behind you.
Yeah.
Just lives up.
Dude, that's my favorite. I love stuff like that.
Thank God.
Like,
Like,
that-
you got such a cool first.
Yeah, thanks man. I
First person.
appreciate it.
Yeah, no. Of
I
course.
said I'm down. I'm down for anything.
Like our goal was like really to try to make you like walk out.
Damn.
No, I'm too open for that. Like I told you, I came in here half expecting it to be like a fucking
Damn.
sting operation.
We should try to get Marcy to walk out. Do you know who Marcy is?
I don't think so.
Marcy Dickerson.
Runs Lost Cruces.
No way, I thought I did.
Is that
runs-
Games, the restaurants.
Oh, I thought you said Lost Cruces. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's why I said I
Oh,
thought I
you're
did.
like, what?
No.
She's a badass.
She kinda is.
That was the wrong B word I was thinking about.
No, she's cool.
I worked with her ass.
We work with her.
It was
You guys work at the game?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You work at the game too.
yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm there all the time.
My-
I'm surprised you
my-
didn't.
But in all, like I think she's a great person. Like there was
I've
one
seen
guy.
that lady get so fucked
Oh, yeah.
up at the game. I've seen
Plastered.
her walk into the
Plastered.
kitchen, drunk as fuck at 12 a.m. Kitchen's closed. She walks in, starts making a quesadilla and some shit.
Nice.
She might as well be smoking a cigarette. up
There was
there.
one time where a guy backed
She
into
made
her
me-
car while she was plastered at the thing, and she was on the mic. She's like, "Hey, who ran into my car?" And then this guy raised his hand. She's like, "Come over here, you!" And like just talk to him off to the side, like in the front of everyone. Like when there was a band performing, like she just grabbed the mic and it was hilarious.
I've had to go run to fucking
buy her
pick-
cigarettes and
to
shit.
Pickwick in the middle of a Friday to go buy her cigarettes.
Yeah, it's.
She's like, here,
You
go
have to
get
cut
some
this
cash.
out.
But
at the
she's
register."
super. I think she's a great like.
Oh yeah.
She's a great person. Like shouldn't she pay like the down payment on someone's house? That
Oh,
worked there. Like
yeah.
she supports her. She calls me sweetie every time she sees me at work. Like she's super sweet
Damn,
to her
she's definitely
employees.
got the wrong impression of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like Marcy. I just did meth. Okay, leave me alone.
Meth.
Me too. No, you didn't do
That's
that.
fucked
This is
up.
awkward.
I do heroin.
You think I'm making anything? I just got a Wells Fargo notification that I have $0 in my bank account.
Oh,
I got one
Honestly.
negative 4,000.
like I feel like most of your money to like go to like shit like this, but like you really don't like you really don't like. I haven't made any money and I've bought so much equipment just to
Yeah,
like
me
have.
too. Dude, I got crazy. I got like audio equipment. I got like.
But I feel like
Oh yeah.
when it becomes more of like a passion, then you truly don't mind spending that money. Like you're more excited to get the new thing than you are sad that you spent that money.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
what I do
Usually it
whenever.
pays for it. Like especially my new camera upgrade, dude. I love that shit.
Oh yeah, and especially like with stuff like this, like whenever you actually like now, because if you wouldn't have spent that money, you wouldn't have been able to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I sincerely believe that it's gonna pan out because there's so much support behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like y'all got support really quick too. Like, what do y'all have? Like 2,000 followers or something like that? 2,500? 600?
You missed that whole part of it.
Who's the bald girl?
Yo, we're gone.
She said she.
We
I'm not gonna say
cover it again
that.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to cover what platforms you're on, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube,
And Netflix and Yahoo.
And I wish you were on Netflix.
Hulu,
Google,
MySpace.
MySpace.
What other? I feel like there's
Pornhub.com.
Pornhub.com.
If I
/Lost Cruces.
repost your actual episode to Pornhub.com, will I get paid for it?
You might make more money off it than I would for sure.
Bro, all I'm saying
Probably
is
'cause
after
we have
you
a
release this
pre-existing
movie, bro,
quotient.
you just gotta fucking submit some shit to Netflix real quick and try and get a Netflix original.
I want to try and
I
do
don't-
that for the second one.
That would be actually so cool.
Because
That would be so cool. if
in
you
order
actually-
to get this released on the first, like we can't even think about doing something like that because it'd take too long to like work out that deal. And
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
It
like
would
that.
take way too long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
the next one.
do you remember? I don't know if you're this nerdy, but like, Red versus Blue, the
The fucking
Halo videos.
Oh,
That's on Netflix.
fuck.
You're gonna need to censor
seen
more on
that.
that
I didn't see
bitch.
that.
They
I
are
didn't
on
see that.
fucking Netflix now.
Yeah, that's wild.
What happened?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, don't worry about it. Your secret's safe with me.
Like the Red versus Blue, the Halo thing. That's on Netflix. Like and that, all that was YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like and that's 100.
I swear to God, man, I'll beat the fuck out you.
You wanna do shit, pussy?
Red versus Blue. Have you seen that?
I had never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Have
I
you
was
played
around
Halo?
when it was a new thing. No, dude, I wasn't an Xbox boy.
PlayStation. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just kidding. No. I fuck with PlayStation. That's what I got.
What's that? The PlayStation right now then?
You play Overwatch?
I don't have a PlayStation anymore, dude. I haven't had a game system. The newest game system I have is the Nintendo Switch.
Bro, I want to get a Switch so bad.
Yeah, I want to
Fucking
get a
Kenny
Switch.
has one, bro, and that shit's so fucking fun.
I want to get a Switch
Nick
just to
brought
take
one.
Smash Bros everywhere.
Yeah.
Like just to fucking
Uh-huh.
on the.
Dude, I should have brought it. I'd fuck you guys up. I got
bro,
more controllers.
You would
I
not.
don't
You
really
would not.
I would.
I'm
Swear.
telling you, you wouldn't. You're down for a Smash Bros tourney?
I'm down.
All right, $25 pay in.
Jesus.
Winner takes all.
Let's play poker like man and drink some fucking bourbon.
craps and we'll see really who can
Bro,
Yeah, let's play some dice. Hold on. I know I got some dice.
No.
I know we got some dice.
7-Elevens?
Yeah, on some nigga shit.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
You don't
That's
even
like
know.
the blackest
I
game,
don't.
bro. Like,
I wonder how that game actually got come up. Like, who the fuck? Like, oh, if you go 7 or 11.
Isn't it like Baccarat or something? Not Baccarat.
Talking about crats?
Yeah,
Crack?
crack,
You
like
crack cocaine?
not crack. Craps.
Yeah, crack.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's the they started that shit in the
Craps in the
casino
bucket.
though, right? If I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
craps is different. Like craps, you bet money on what you're gonna roll, and then if you roll that, you win, right?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. And then
Oh.
I don't like I don't know.
Spinning kind of
Because I
thing
thought
or
that was
whatever?
what I thought that's what
No, that's
what
roulette.
dice was. Because if
What?
you roll
That's roulette.
7, you
Oh,
crap.
okay.
If you roll either a 7 or 11, you crap. And then if you roll under, you keep rolling until you fold.
I don't know. It's a good question.
We playing tonight?
Heroin.
Alright, fellas.
Yeah.
I'll take all your money.
I think we can
For real.
We'll take all your fucking money.
We're playing Star
For the-
Wars.
You can start
Starburst.
conclude
I'll
it.
take all your
Yeah.
fucking
Is it
stuff.
still recording,
wrapping
Wade?
her up.
That's it.
Yeah, she's good.
Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Bad.
All right, this will be
Shit.
the exit interview.
I think.
Lost Cruces, LoudPac. Gang. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Young Willie.
Yeah, shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
And
All right. Bye.